Welcome back to Guns and Gear Network, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. I wanted to bring you this little short video. I've had a few questions about this veil or this ghillie for your rifle, and a couple of my videos, I've had some people either private message me or ask in the questions about how I made this or where I got it or whatever, and I did make it. Pretty simple and easy to do. What you're going to do is find you some, and I'll give you all the parts and pieces to it here. You're going to need some netting. Now, this right here, this netting here, I do not remember where I got it, but it's fairly small diameter netting. A lot of times I'll pick up stuff like this at a yard sale or something, or I'll tear up something and it has the netting, and I'll just keep it for whatever reason. And this is part of that, is making something like this. I've bought this specifically from constructing ghillie suits and veils and stuff. This right here is, I bought this off eBay. If you look under decorative fishing net, it usually comes in like a bag, and I think it's actual fishing net that's no longer used in the industry. This kind of a greenish tan color anyway, so it works out pretty good. But something like this, I'd already made this with this netting, so I didn't really utilize this, but I could. But something like this is pretty cheap. I forget how many feet was here, quite a bit. Let's say it was 8 by 12 or something. It was like, I don't know, $12 or $13, including shipping for that. So you're going to need some netting. You're going to need some jute. I just usually buy the jute rolls, twine that you can pick up in the lawn and garden section at your local Walmart and places like that. It comes in different colors. Like here is kind of a OD Hunter green. You can get it in the natural jute color, which is kind of a light tan. And again, I just buy it in those lawn and garden sections, Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's. Matter of fact, Dollar Tree even had some in a little 3-pack. But they're a little smaller diameter, and I think that's that green up there that you see, the lighter green. That's where that came from. And then you can get these are pipe cleaners. I found these on eBay, and they're actually a natural green color. So what you're going to do is you're going to measure your netting to fit the length of your rifle from the back here of your scope to the front, and the area up front here, and then you're going to cut it off. And then I just kind of cut it to size, and each rifle is going to be a little different. So I cut it in just a squared off section here. You could even zigzag it if you wanted to, whatever, it doesn't really matter. And if you notice, it doesn't hang real far. It just stops about right here on the side of the rifle, and it's even length on both sides. You're going to do that, and then once I laid it all out, I sliced it where it's open, where the scope is, and then up here where my turrets are. So I can easily access those and be able to utilize them without a lot of effort as far as getting stuff out of the way. So I went ahead and cut those. And then what I did is I worked in these pipe cleaners. So there's a pipe cleaner here that holds this netting down away from this opening so I can get a clear view through my scope. Then I have one mounted up towards the front here that kind of holds it all this way. Then I've got some back here you could easily attach, but if you look, this one's not attached back there. So once you get all that done, and now this netting was black, so I actually went in, and it's hard to tell in the camera here, but I actually went in and sprayed this in kind of streaky pattern and stuff with some tans, and I think even maybe some OD green camouflage paint, because it's a nylon type material. It's a little on the shiny side, not too bad. So the paints just kind of knock off any shine that you would have, and it also breaks up that harsh black. You can make these strings here. You just cut them off different lengths and start incorporating them into the netting. Make them different lengths, different sizes, different colors, and just kind of blend them in. And then take these pipe cleaners and start incorporating them in, because what I use the pipe cleaners for, they make a real easy way to attach natural vegetation. So I can take some of this and that's in the netting, and now I can just twist in real quickly and easily some vegetation, and it stays in place. There's no real tying or anything, so I don't really have to tie in vegetation. I can just use pipe cleaners to incorporate that and get some natural leaves and things like that from the area that I'm in to be able to break up the pattern, camouflage pattern, even more by doing that. So it depends on your area. If you're in a piney, pine type woods, you would obviously use an evergreen style vegetation. If you're in hardwoods like with oaks and things like that, you would probably incorporate some leaves, or some, if you're in like broom straw in a field, then you would incorporate in some of that. So it really depends on what kind of area you're in, what you're going to incorporate. It's just no different than your normal ghillie you wear. You incorporate the natural vegetation of the territory or the environment you're operating in. So anyway, guys, pretty simple and easy. It's not that hard to do. I wanted to answer the question, kind of how to do it. I've literally got maybe $8 or $10 in this whole thing. Pretty easy. You just put it on, put it off. I just wad it up and stick it in my drag bag when I'm not using it, and then if I need it or want to use it, I can. But it's just a good way to break up that outline of your rifle. And if you look here, it breaks it up really well, and I hadn't even added any vegetation in yet. The only thing you have to be careful with anything like this you put over your rifle is being careful about it getting into your action, manipulating your bolt, things like that. So you have to be a little careful with that. So just make sure you're a little careful in that area with how much vegetation and stuff you're putting in, and you want to make sure that you're not messing with the action or getting any of that type of material stuck up in your action when you're manipulating your bolts and things like that. So just keep that in mind too. Anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. I hope you learned something tonight. If you got any questions, post those below. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up down there in that section over there. If you would, share our content. It's over in that section over there. And if you like our videos, make sure you share our channel with people on social network and stuff like that. That's always appreciative. As always, guys, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll bring you another video here in the near future. Have a great day, guys.